Hello there, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everyone, wherever you are in the world. Yeah, it's a little bit of a while, I had a little bit of a break, had a bit to do, so I do apologise for a small hiatus. I've done a bit of grinding, but not as much as I would have liked, so I finally surpassed 4,000 Paragons. I've not tried any more pushes, I've fully augmented near enough augmented the Savages build, just because I found this build to be, when you're farming like greater rifts, let's say 125s, 130s, it's just looking for gear, trying to build up the Paragons. It's just a brainless build to play compared to Boulder Toss, which is the more powerful build, which is here. We've still got a few issues with the drops. I hate, as you probably know, I hate doing bounties. And we all know, well, I don't know if you all know, the rings, band and might, convention of elements, squirts, necklaces, same on, for example, as Savages and the Boulder Toss push build. And I really want elemental crit on the squirts, crit cooldown on the Band of Might, and crit cooldown on a COE, and I want that to be a primal as well. All these primal with these stats, then augment them 125 plus augments. But I'm just not getting the drops with this gear. I hate doing bounties, so I really should get like terrible crappy versions of this gear. Do a few days of bounties and then just roll and roll and roll. But roll and roll and roll and that was terrible, sorry. But I feel like it doesn't necessarily work like that. Unfortunately, I've just not had the. Even though I've had really great drops this season, I'm not getting the look of the rolls necessarily. That's like this guy, for example, the Savages. I'm using. I say this is my main farm build for the higher tier farming. I use the Whirlwind Gold Find for speed farming for like bounties, Nephilim, because it's amazing at doing that, which I've gone through in a previous video, and I've gone through this guy in a previous video, but because he's fully near enough fully augmented, except for a couple of pieces, as you can see. Like I say, he's got some good gear. Yes, I got 4,000 Paragons, which is kind of a nice break point for me, because I don't want to start pushing until after I had 4,000 Paragons, to be fair, which is what I've been waiting for in between things. Just building this up and building this up, and hoping for the drops for the rings, because, and I say, Squirt, I want a primal spec, elemental crit, so 100% crit, 50 damage and 50% crit chance. Same with the Band of Might, but I want cooldown, and same with the critical COE crit cooldown. It's just getting that such a hard roll. Before I go into like just a brief 130, I want to go about Paragons, because I've heard people talking about how Paragons don't mean an awful lot. So let's reset, let's say, Vitality and my Strength Paragons there. Look at the stats, I've got 2,700 damage, 51 million toughness with the gear I've got, which is not an awful lot really for this type of level. So people are like, oh, you've got 51 million toughness, yeah. The Paragons are important, so watch this. I'm going to just put 400 Paragons, so 3,000 extra Vitality. Now I have 87 million toughness. I've nearly not quite doubled my toughness. If I really wanted to, I could. So, okay. So now let's say the strength, which is our main stat, which also, in our details, increases our armor, reduces all damage from elites at the moment by 89.5%. It's very insurmountable now, that, but 29,000 armor. So let's say just introduce a few Paragons into armor. That's just over half. My toughness has gone up from 87 to 113 million. My damage has gone up from 2.7 to 3.9 million. I've still got loads of Paragons to spell there. And my armor is now 91% reduced damage. But the fact is my overall toughness has increased by 30 million. Oh, so sorry, 26 million, sorry. So when people say Paragons aren't that important, yes, they damn are. Now let's go all the way. So we're at 3.9 million damage and 113 million toughness. Now see where we are. Another 800 Paragons has just put me up another million damage, and from another 20 million toughness. So yeah, don't let anyone say Paragons aren't important. They really are. So let's throw this guy into a 130. We'll, like, just to show you, just see how we go. I might die a couple of times, but I've been farming 125s at the moment with this guy, so it's just like this. It's just pretty thoughtless. Just go through. Just knock things down, do your own things. I'm not worried about the Oculus ring unless it's a convenient one. Not really necessarily worried about the potions unless it's convenient. It's just literally holding the button and clicking. It's just that you don't have to think about the build. So I'm using this for the high tier farming. So the Rift, Greater Rift farming, and like, but for gear drops and Paragon farming as well. And what we do with this guy personally, I just been elite hunting him. It's because when you're doing hundreds of Paragon, sorry, hundreds of Greater Rifts sometimes, even 50 or 60 Greater Rifts at a time, if you've got a really engaging build, it can be tiresome, like really tiresome. For this guy, see, just knocks things down, it's fine. Let's go into the double damage bit there. He's going into the Oculus, cool, let's follow him into that, but that's convenient. It's nice and easy, just a casual run this is going to be. No matter how bad the Rift is going to end up. It's a slow starter, it's a slow burner definitely, but we just go through it all. And this is what I've been doing on and off the past week. I've normally got a lot more Paragons than I have in the course of a week now. But obviously the Paragons slow down after a couple of thousand, and as well, oh, this is a great Rift. This is a great level, by the way, for most Barbarian builds and most AoE area damage builds as well. So we're just going to run around. Don't do that and forget to use your Band of Might to give you 80% damage reduction up, which I did then. But, do you know what I mean? Attack damage, that's cool. Like, there was a nice big group of people over there, wasn't there? A group of mobs over there, calling people. My god, what's wrong with me? So just go through these guys. There's a blue there, let's get them. Oh, they're coming into us anyway, cool. I'll get them in the Oculus. And I know where there's another yellow already, so this is going to be cool. We're not going to open up too much of the map because we want to see if we can spawn. I'll do it at any level, see if we can spawn a power pylon, something like that, or even a conduit. Things are starting to jump in and follow around now, which is nice. Don't run away. See, this isn't the fastest Rift for them. I'm doing 130, but it's still just a casual runner. Like, just a nice casual run. It's got to be like a, 6-7 minute run. It's fine with me, that. So I normally do sub 5, so between 4 and 5 minute 140s. If it's a really good one, it'll be a 3 minute, sorry, 125s. If it's a really good one, it'll be a 3 minuter. Got to jump into the Oculus just to speed this process up. Oh, I didn't speed it up much, but oh well. You can see how he's doing now. The gems have kicked in. Great, now we're going to open up a bit more until we see another elite on this side. Don't see an elite, let's see if these mobs will give us any... Oh, there we go, there's an elite here. Hopefully the mobs will follow us to get some area damage on them. Oh, there is an elite there I missed. But yeah, just nice and casual. It's what I've been doing on and off through the week. I've not had much time to play unfortunately this week, hence the lack of videos. But even Electrified Illusionist, whatever, we're still going to go for it. It's all going to go to progression. So, nice casual run. We ain't stressing about anything, we're not worrying. But again, I have got 4,000 Paragons and like what? An 8 primal fully augmented, about 125 plus guy. But this is just, it's thoughtless play now. There's points where you don't even need to use both hands. Just because it's like, I don't need to do anything now. Let's just pop a screen, pop down to just to keep the cooldown down. Call of the Ancients, we need to keep that 100% up down as always, but it's just a nice high level farming build. Like if you're doing above the standard tier of levels, for example. See, we got a channel on Pylon there, which is great for us. I'm going to hit that anyway when I can get to it. Got not much around, don't care, it's nice and cushy. We'll get the Oculus. There's some things you always want to try and do, but we're not going to worry too much about it. If we don't get an Oculus ring, it's fine. Just kill. Everything's going down. We're just gonna kill shit, keep nuking stuff. The boss will be down any second now, probably. Oh, it's lasted a bit longer than I thought. Reflect damage, but he's gonna go now. It's okay. 130 can still stand in the explosions. No stress at all. No, here's another elite here. There's another blue up there I can see as well, I think. And it's just the fact I've been using this guy to farm just because it's a thoughtless guy to use. I really enjoy the build, as I probably got on by last time that I pushed the video. But it's just really easy. Like, it's thought process, so when you're doing those really long farming sessions, a couple of hours in, a few hours sometimes, a lot more than that, it's really good to have something that's not too taxing, in my opinion, on your brain. I'm not saying, oh, I don't want my brain being taxed in the jokes, but don't want to be having to concentrate at that level of playstyle all the time. You want to be able to just go for it and just have fun and enjoy the farm. Like, it really should do bounties because these gems are not dropping for themselves and I need to do some re-rolling. So when I do get a crappy, sucky Band of Might Squirt's necklace, or next time I do, sorry, and a COE convention of elements, I am going to be probably do a couple of days of bounties, build up a few hundred, or even like a couple of thousand of each maybe, because I hate doing bounties. It's just the bait of the game for me. And then see how we go. Let's say, this is a nice casual run, like, without stressing out. Yes, I know I've got 104,000 Paragons and stuff, which I'm very happy to achieve that. But now I'm just farming for Gear Shield pylon. We'll still have this for the boss, so that's fine at this type of level, so cool. Yeah, even with the Terrible Rift, we're going through it fine enough and it's easy enough to go through. This guy as a bonus could really do well with the Obsidian Ring of the Zodiac, but it's not worth sacrificing the COE for that damage bonus with the Elemental. It's just if we can get the Squirt's Necklace with the 20% physical, I think it is. Is it physical or fire? Oh, Cold Skill, sorry. Squirts with the Cold Skill, that would be fantastic. See now. See how quick Rhyme's going down at a 130. Nice and cushy Rift. But yeah, this is what I've been up to. 4,000 Paragons is the goal that I was trying to get to. And yes, this guy's a bit crazy on the mark, but still. I believe we're going to just level up. Because I augmented a load of like normal gems for this guy. Just so it'd be easier to do these runs, like these high tier. What I consider high tier farming. There's not many people solo farm 125s, 130s, do they? Mostly it's farm 100 to 110 for the quick 2-minute speed runs. But when you look at the multipliers for the amount of Paragons and stuff you get, the higher levels work out better if you can do them in, say, sub 5 minutes. Well, I've got another Paragon there. Thank you very much. But yeah, don't let anyone tell you guys Paragons are not important. I've read a couple of forums, people saying, oh, after 2,000 Paragons don't mean a difference. Well, you've just seen me double my damage, you get another 50, and double my toughness with between 2,000 and 4,000 Paragons. So completely ignore that hearsay. It's not true at all. When you hit level 70, once you get past 800 Paragons, which is kind of the base where you've got everything Paragoned out, so... Like, see... So, we set the Paragons now, for example. See, 2.9 million, that was 96 million toughness now. I think I've still got a proc on or something. But, because it was a bit different before. But, 200 Paragons there. 200 Paragons there, you've maxed everything out. This is not something none of you who are watching this probably won't know anyway. And then, there we're up to 200, 200, 600. 200, 200. Oh, sorry, 200, 200, 600, yeah. There's 100 Paragons between movement speed, maximum fury. So there's 700. So then you'd be at the base point of going, oh, 200 there. Doing that like that, for example. No, you wouldn't be doing that like that. You would be doing that. That's if you're 800 Paragons now. But we don't want that. We want to max that stuff out. It's a shame it won't let me show you the stats as I increase the Paragons. If there's a way to do that, that would be absolutely awesome. But I only throw 3,000 Paragons in Vitality at this level. The rest of it all in main stat strength because it still increases all your toughness as well as your damage. Fingers crossed to me for these rolls. If I can get the Elemental with a socket, crit, Squirt would be epic. Cooldown, crit, socket, cooldown, crit, socket on the crit COE. and Band of Mice. I feel like I've talked about more than the what I'm after than what the achievement was, which is the 4,000 Paragons and the farming build I've been using for the like the higher tier farming. Um, so I've been using the Savage Frenzy just because it's less thoughtless or more thoughtless, sorry, than like let's say Boulder Toss or one of the other builds like Hammer of the Ancients, which is another fantastic build. I really like Seismic Slam. It's weak, too weak for this. And then I say standard Nephilim and Bounty Farm and still sticking with the gold farm. But yeah, 4,000 Paragons, guys. See how we go. Hope you all guys have a good one. Subscribe above, like below if you've got any questions or any comments about Paragons, for example, leave them in the comments description below. And I'm happy to have an open discussion about it. Like it's because I'm interested to see what people's opinions are when it comes to like Paragons and things like that. Like not just the gear side of it, because I think they're just as important to be. Well, not quite as important, but obviously the 6-piece set is like really important in any build. But I think Paragons are undervalued when they get higher levels and the levels of importance by a lot of players anyway. So hope you all have a good one, guys. See you later.